Taking the initiative to do something in your life without being told to do so and working beyond the limits to solve problems is necessary when making yourself an asset. One of the first things that you need to do in terms of turning yourself into an asset is transforming yourself out of that victim mindset and becoming less of a liability and more of a resource. No matter if it's in a friendship, business, relationship, you have to learn how to provide people value. Because once people see that you no longer have nothing to offer, then your time is over with. I feel like when we think of being an asset, we always relate it in terms of monetarily, but this doesn't have anything to do with finances for the most part. It has everything to do with learning how to provide people value and understanding what value is to those that you're around. If you're in a workspace, value might be your productivity and the work that you put in. But obviously, if you're in a relationship, value may be what you can and cannot do for a specific person. So these are all things that you just have to take into account when you're trying to transfer yourself from this liability into an asset. But you become an asset by working on yourself. You become an asset by understanding your value and holding yourself to higher standards. Just think about any relationship or friendship that you may have had. Whether you realize it or not, if it's a friendship or a relationship that you've been in for years and years at a time, you provide them some form of value, whether it's comfort, whether it's advice. This is simply the way that the world works because nothing is free. Time is not free, and everything comes at a cost. And once you learn that, it'll put you in a different headspace because you will understand that no matter who you are, you have to give something. You should never be comfortable being put in a position where you're just taking and taking and taking, becoming more of a liability than anything else. You want to surround yourself by assets, understanding that all of these resources that you have here are available to you when necessary or if you need to use them. Not only does this make your life a lot easier, but this makes everyone's life around you a lot easier because you're surrounded by resources. Not only can you use them, they can also utilize what you have available to them. This is one of the major ways that we could all grow and expand not only our community, but ourselves mentally, because we're resourceful, because we're able to branch out and allow ourselves to expand on different heights that we would have never imagined. And a quick little example, just think about it like this. What do you do when milk is spoiled? When you go in your refrigerator and you check and you see that there's spoiled milk, you throw it out, right? And the same exact thing applies to our life and relationships, friendships, or anything else. Once someone realizes that you're spoiled or you're no longer an asset anymore, then your time is over with. We have to be constantly striving for growth and expanding ourselves, understanding that the people around us may need us, and there is nothing wrong with somebody needing you. Because me personally, I honestly thrive when I feel like I'm needed. I thrive and I actually prosper when I feel like the people around me need me in order to keep going. And you should adapt that same mindset, because I remember when I was younger, I used to always think of it in terms of, oh, people may be using me, they may be taking advantage of me. But people can only take advantage of you if you allow them to take advantage of you. If you have this victim mindset in terms of always feeling sorry for yourself or feeling like somebody is out to get you, then this is probably what's going to happen. But if you give willingly, open-heartedly, without expecting anything in return, then this changes everything. This changes the entire dynamic of your relationships, your friendships, and even your relationship with your family. And lastly, in order to make yourself into an asset, you need to do everything to your full potential. And what we don't often realize is that the little things during our day, like waking up and making our bed, these are the things that matter, because the way that you do one thing is how you do all things. If you choose to slack in one aspect of your life, 9 times out of 10, it's going to be like this in all aspects of your life. So train yourself to adopt this mindset to where you just have to be a form of a perfectionist. Not saying that, everything has to be perfect, but you should do your best to get the best result out of majority or everything that you do in your life, because you understand how this affects other aspects of your life. And not only do you start to see your life change, but it makes you feel good knowing that you're actually trying to get the most out of what you have going on. When you wake up and do things to your full potential, whether that's, making your bed or going to the gym, you feel a lot better because you're trying. And when you're not trying to do something, you almost brush it off and you have this nonchalant energy in terms of actually making progress in that aspect. But we don't want to get comfortable in this position of not trying, because all it's going to do is grow and expand in our entire lives. When you do one thing wrong, or when you do one thing with half energy, eventually and down the line, you're going to get more comfortable doing other things with that exact same energy. And then you're going to see in your life that you've adopted all of these bad traits of just being complacent and slacking and giving half energy, and your entire life reflects that. So just do everything to your full potential, no matter what it is. Work hard and really train yourself to just make things happen for yourself, because it is possible. But you just always have to keep in mind that you need to be an asset in everything that you have going on in your life. You have to be the valuable one. You have to be the one that people look at and see the potential and the value in you and be like, okay, we actually need him, or we actually need her around, because they provide us value. But if you made it to the end of the video, I appreciate you so much. Drop a like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see y'all on the next one. Peace.